Oh, man. So, guys, I know it's been a long time since I made a video. I thought it had been maybe 3, 4 months. I looked on my analytics and it said 5 months. So it's probably almost been 6 months since I've done a video. Uh, I've got, I don't know, 11, 12 subscribers, uh, which is not a lot, not, doesn't win awards or anything like that. But the good thing is I don't do this for money. I do this for you guys' edification. Anybody that kicks on comes on to my page or whatever, it's just for your edification. And I know we're in the book of John. I've been I've been thinking about the book of John for these past several months. Believe it or not, it wasn't like I just gave up or anything. But I want to tell you guys what happened and why I hadn't been making videos before we dive back into the book of John and start the study. So I told you guys in a video months ago that the company I worked for was closing down the office that I worked out of, and they did, and I went I became a contractor for the company. So I didn't know if that was going to work out or not. That's what I said in the video that I made was, I don't know if this is going to work out or not. If it does, great. If it doesn't, I'll just go somewhere else. Well, it didn't work out, because when you go through a company like that, it rarely works out. So I just want to tell you guys the providence of God. Okay. So on my last run, the last load I took and got my paycheck, it wasn't what it should have been. And I'm not saying I was cheated out of anything. I mean, the company's fine and they did what they were supposed to do. It was my miscalculation. I'm not a good administrator. So what happened is basically my fault, because I'm not a good administrator. I'm a good worker. So anyway, the last load, I figured, I didn't make what I wanted to make on this load, or what I thought I should have made on the load, and I'm gonna quit and go back to a different company. So here's what God did, man. I'm there and I'm cleaning out my truck, and you can, well, this isn't the truck that I was in. This is like the truck that I'm in now. I don't even know how that looked. I'll have to look at the video later, but I hope y'all can see it. Anyway, we'll go back around real slow. Yeah, buddy. Okay, but anyway, the providence of God is, so I'm cleaning out my truck, and my old truck, and I'm getting ready to turn it in, getting it cleaned up, getting everything cleaned out. And one of the ladies that I get loads from, she calls me and she says, "Hey, I see you're at home. When are you planning on coming out again?" And I said, "Well, actually, I'm turning the truck in. I can't make the kind of money I want to make." And she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, whatever, And then she goes, "Oh, well, I have a truck and I've been looking for a driver for my truck. What do you think?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. We'd have to talk about it and discuss some things." And she said, "Well, me and my husband will call you later and we'll talk it out, if that's okay, if it's something you'd be interested in." And I'm like, yeah, I'd be interested in that. And mind you, I'm in the middle of cleaning out my my old truck. I'm fixing to turn it back in like the next day. And so she calls and we have that conversation. She calls later again that evening, and then I told her, hey, I'll give it a shot, you know. And so I've been here ever since then. I think it was like a week later I got in the truck and started driving, and been here ever since then. And that's been what, 4 or 5 months ago, you know, since I made that video of the book of John. And you know, so that's just some of the providence of the Lord. So we say, you know, I'll pray to the Lord when times get hard or whatever. You know, I wasn't even praying to the Lord. I wasn't even expecting that. You know, I was going to go put in with this other company I had heard about and be gone for a month at a time. And with this company, driving for this lady, I still drive, haul the same loads for the company I was working for before, but I don't actually work for them. I work for this other person, but they contract out to that company, and I don't plan the loads. You know, she calls me up and she says, I got this, and this, and this is what it pays, and this is where it's at, and you know, which one would you like? Or sometimes she'll call and she'll say, the only thing I've got is this, you know, and I'll have to take it, you know, if I want to make money that week. And so that's been really nice. I get home more regularly now. It's not consistent. Like, I don't know, like, necessarily what days I'll be at home, but it is more home time, and it's actually more money, you know, because I'm a W-2 employee again now, not on 1099, but actually W-2s, and I actually make more money, which is nice. I have, you know, if I need time off, I call, I tell them, hey, you know, I need to take the next couple of days off because of this or that, or, you know, I got whatever going on, and I mean, as long as I run hard for them, you know, I'm good, I'm secure. And so it's been interesting, you know, and I don't want to jinx it or anything, but it just, that's kind of the providence of God, man. The day I was cleaning out my truck, I get this call, and this lady's offering me a job the day I clean out my truck, you know, and working for the same company. Like, well, I'm working for a different company, but I'm hauling the same loads and stuff that I would normally be hauling, and actually making more money. Like more money's going in my pocket. I'm not talking about more money on your tax paper. I'm talking about in my pocket. I'm making more money. And it's the same loads I would normally be hauling, but someone else is dealing with the administrative stuff. And so that's really nice. And I just wanted to really let you guys know that part of it. So that's part of why I hadn't been posting anything. Getting used to this new position and stuff. I had a daughter join the military and just graduated boot camp. So my wife and I went to see that, and you know, just living life, man. And I guess I've been kind of lazy with the videos. I haven't really been lazy in life, but lazy with the videos. And so I'm gonna start back and try to start posting, you know, at least one video a week. It may be something short like this, or it may be an actual teaching video or whatever, but I'm gonna start trying to post at least something once a week, because I don't make any money off of this. It's not monetized or anything. I just wanted you guys to know what had been going on, and why I hadn't been there to my, 10, 11, 12 subscribers. uh, but thanks a lot for listening, and keep listening in, and I'll be back with some teaching, and we will seriously start digging into the book of John, and I want to dig into other things. I really wanted to do the book of John, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, and then Revelation, because those were all written by John, and then come back and do, Luke and Acts, and kind of keep the authors together. But I got to thinking about it, and before I dig into Revelation, which was written by John, I really need to go back and look at Isaiah, Daniel, one or two other prophets, and but particularly Isaiah and Daniel. And I need to dig into Peter. I need to dig into like Thessalonians, the words of Jesus in the gospel. I need to dig into all that before I really take you to Revelation, and I need to explain the 3 major views of eschatology. That's just a fancy word for end times. So the eschaton, and then ology is the study of. So eschaton is like is like a time period, but it's like the end of a time period or whatever. And then ology is a study of. So eschatology is a study of end times. So that's just a little lesson for you real quick right now. So when you hear that word, you can go, oh, he's talking about end times, because I know not a lot of people know these big words, and I don't like using them necessarily, but the big words are easier to use than do the explanations and stuff sometimes, and sometimes they're not. But before I get into Revelation and study of eschatology, there's just so much more I've got to cover. So once I get through the book of John, which is going to take forever, and I'm still not even going to cover everything, but once we get through that, we'll think about where to go from there. Because before I go to Revelation, man, I'm going to have to cover these other books, because they're the background for Revelation. So anyway, that's just some thoughts I had, and I wanted to put out there why you guys haven't seen me in 5 months, and let you know things have been going on in life, man. Life's been going on, so that's that. But we'll get it started back up, and you guys keep tuned in, keep like, share, subscribe, do all the things, and just stay tuned. If you've tried watching any of my videos or whatever, they don't post regularly and stuff, it's because it's just me. I don't have like a staff to do stuff, or an editor or anything like that. So just keep an eye on stuff, and I'll try to post something at least once a week from here on out. I make no promises, but I will try to post something every week. All right, so hasta la vista, hasta luego. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. Godspeed.